Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we got one right here. Thank you.
Thank you. Vivek Tom Bloomquist, thank you for coming back to Concord.
Thank you.
You, as a successful CEO, you have a well-established managerial leadership style. Adapting that to the Washington situation is going to take a lot of adjustment. What do you see as some of the challenges adapting your corporate strategy managerial style to the very interesting Washington experience?
So I think that it's a great question, actually. And I think one of the traps to fall into is to say that, well, I've done it this way, so I'm just going to do it again and run the executive branch like I ran a company that I built as an entrepreneur. No, it doesn't work that way. I think the difference here is there will be skill sets that I gain that are helpful, but this is going to be the process of creative destruction, actually. I think we're going to have to take the model of the phoenix. I think it is a false hubris to think that we can go in and reform these agencies. We cannot. It is going to have to be the model of the phoenix when necessary. So one of the things, I actually haven't shared this before, but why not? I'll share it with you now, is we're already working on our transition planning. The people we're going to staff, not just in cabinet level positions, that's what gets you press releases, but in other positions relating to the plumbing of the federal government. Who runs the Office of Personnel Management? That's like the HR bureaucracy of the federal government. Who runs the Office of Management and Budget, OMB? That's like the CFO of the federal government. These are positions where I don't want people who are pro-government. I want fundamentally people who share my anti-government, anti-bureaucratic instincts to be bulldogs in those positions. I don't want people, and this is one of the mistakes, or one of the learnings, to be honest with you, from the Trump experience, was putting people in those positions who wanted to be ambassadors of the managerial class back to the U.S. president. No, I don't want managerial class members there. I want bulldogs who are there to implement the vision of cutting 75% of the federal bureaucracy. It is, now, one of my lessons is, in the private sector, as in the executive branch of the government, 25% of the people get 90% of the value delivered, right? So if we're going to have a 75% headcount reduction, which are the 25% that you keep? One of the things that we're working on, and we have a multidisciplinary group working on this now, is large-scale screening, testing, from psychological to knowledge about the federal government to competence to work ethic. The way at scale, we're going to pick out who those 1 out of 4 are that we're going to keep, selecting for excellence as our basis to do it. And I think one of the great learnings from the last time around is you've got a short time to work with. That first year, you got to get stuff done. One of the mistakes made by prior presidents is that they focus on legislative agendas. That's a mistake. Legislative agendas take a long time. They're designed to work slowly through Congress. What I'm starting with is how I can run the executive branch of the government already without asking Congress for permission or forgiveness, because that's the job of the U.S. president. So I'm learning from my predecessors. We're already getting started on the job. One of the other learnings from 2016 was you can't wait till you get elected. We're already starting now. And the good news is you guys get to see, those of you who came to St. Anselm College probably saw the giant poster boards we unveiled with the anatomy of how we would reorganize different branches of the government, the kinds of people we would put in charge. That's the phase of the campaign we're in now. The first few months was telling you who I am and what I stand for. Many people still don't know who I am yet across the country, and we'll continue that. But now we're moving to the specifics, not just the what, but the how we get it done. That doesn't start in January 2025. It's already started now. And that's how we're going to be successful in seeing it through.